Oh, Westbridge Hills, welcome back to episode 31, multiplayer with me, Mr. CDP and Moominseal. We've done a bit of work off screen on multiplayer. Myself and Moominseal have been busy. We finished off the canola harvest completely on all the fields it needs to be done on. We've also done a harvest on field 19 to get the barley off that. We've collected up the straw swaths and we've put them into one of the silage bays. We have finished fertilising and we have planted field 14 with canola. Field 10 here to my right is going to be potatoes, and we've bought the potato planter. That's ready to go. We've got the sugar beet seeder over on the other side of 15, or between the two bits of 15, ready to go. And the bottom part of 15 I've planted wheat in. Field 21 still isn't ready to go yet. Actually, I pressed the wrong one there. What did I want? I wanted this one. Yes, as you can see, we've got a whole mixture of stuff. We've got wheat in 21 and wheat in the bottom part of 15. We have got canola in 14. 16, top of 15 and 10 need to be reseeded. 19 has been reseeded with barley. That's good to go. Moominseal's going down to field 20. She's going to cut some more grass and straw swath it. I know I did it on a few episodes ago now, but she's going to do that while I start off. But here's what we forgot. If you're going to put potatoes in the ground, if you're going to put sugar beet in the ground, if you're going to put corn or maize in the ground, you need to cultivate the ground first. Unlike some of the planters, the seeders that have got a cultivator and seeder, the Vaderstadt and the Horse Pronto, the Horse Maestro and the potato planter don't. So you have to cultivate first, which I completely forgot about. The other problem with that being, we don't own a cultivator. So I was considering buying another tractor because the cultivator I want to get requires 300 horsepower. Excuse me. Now, where are we? Let's go on to the shop. So, cultivators. The large cultivator, which will make life so much easier, the Lemken, and it's the Heliodor Gigant 10-1200. It's a 12 metre header. It requires 300 horsepower. I was considering buying a JCB Fast Track, which is a big chunk of money, which we could divert elsewhere for other things that we need as a priority at the moment. So I decided once we've got all the jobs done, we would buy that. So I'm buying that. Purchased. But we are going to use the Terra variant to pull it for the time being until we can get to a point where we can afford another tractor without having too much impact on the farm. So first thing I'm going to have to do now then is both those fields that I want to put potatoes in and sugar beet in needs to be cultivated. Now, haven't done cultivating on Westbridge Hills yet. That's why it's important that we get it on film and I don't do it off screen. We haven't done potatoes yet. We haven't done sugar beet yet on Westbridge Hills. So that's why I'm holding off. I didn't want to do it off screen because it's a big thing. It's a big step for the farm. We haven't done it before. We need to show it being done. So we'll open this up. It's 12 metres. It's a big one. It's not going to take too long actually to cultivate this field, in all honesty. And it'll be the same with the other one. It won't take very long at all. Once I start cultivating, I can get the seeder or the planter on it straight away. So drop that down. Get that into the right position to start off with. Like I said before, the Terra variant's got plenty of horsepower. This will have no problem pulling this. And away we go. So, it is cultivating. Ripping all that stuff up. Turning it all over, smoothing off the surface, ready for the next planting. So that's off and running. Oh, I keep forgetting that Holmer seat's in the way. Every time I turn around and think, oh, look out the back. So you can't really see in the mirrors anything's happening. No, so that's wonderful. Okay. Didn't really help at all. That was like a complete waste of time. So I'm going to now jump into the potato planter. Now, those of you who watched my Sovkos, and I've done them in Bjornholm as well, these planters for potatoes get really, really expensive for planting, because this will empty incredibly quickly. So I'm going to set it off, and I anticipate on a field this size having to refill this a number of times. But a momentous point, a turning point in the farm. We are getting potatoes in the ground, much further ahead of schedule than I thought we would, and I think because we've done the multiplayer with Moominseal, which has been fantastic, it's meant we've built up a bit of money. We've also got a few things done. I'm doing a bit of a kind of, not a crop rotation, but I'm moving crops from fields where they originally were into new fields, i.e. field 14 that we purchased, and it does mean that we can repurpose this field that had canola in it now to be used for potatoes. But this seeder is going to need checking on quite regularly. So there goes the cultivator whizzing past us going the other way. Because the potato planter is a lot slower, it's not going to catch up with that cultivator, so it doesn't really matter. So now I'm really torn whether or not to get another potato planter so it will plant much quicker, and another tractor to pull it, because we do need another tractor. I've been saying for a few episodes now I want to get the New Holland T6.160. Problem is now I still have got a bit of silage to sell. I'm just going to check something. The T6.160 will cost 157,000. You know what, Moomin?
Yes?
We were talking about this. We do need a New Holland, don't we?
Yes.
You know what? We've now got a T6.160.
Oh,
I've
yeah.
just bought it, and I'm pretty sure that the potato planter was only something like 40,000. Let's go to sewing machines. Oh no, it wasn't. It was 57. I've got enough. I can do some more. Well, mind you, I've got to fill it with potatoes, haven't I? That's where it gets expensive. We'll leave the one going at the moment. But it is eating through this. Bearing in mind we haven't done 2 complete strips yet, and it's used nearly half of the seed out of that. So you can imagine how many times this planter is going to need to be refilled. It's going to be a few times. Moominseal, I take it you are down on the grassy field and the grassy knoll, as it were. Okay, this cultivator. Oh, that's really annoying. The Holmer Terra variant with the cultivator on the back is leaving a gap, quite a big one. That's really annoying. And then, so to be fair, so's the Ursus planting potatoes. It's only a tiny little bit at the end of each one. It's not the end of the world, but I suppose it soon adds up. Oh, that's really annoying. I'll see what I can do.
Okie dokie.
Don't want to go over the crop that's just been put in the ground. That will really mess things up.
Yep. Just a tad.
Alright, let's see if I can straighten this up. Do a strip here. I don't know if it just gives, if I give myself a big enough more turning room, whether it will allow for that and it will do it better. I don't know. Or whether it's turning circles just that tight. Yeah, it's dragging that round, isn't it? Oh, that's really annoying. So it looks like what I should have done was what I originally intended. I should really have got the JCB fast track. This will do the job, but it is going to leave a bit of a gap. But It's not the end of the world, I suppose. Just a little bit annoying. You're very quiet on your grass cutting.
I'm sorry.
You don't have to apologise for being quiet in your grass cutting. It's just making me very nervous.
Why?
I don't know. So, here we have it, this little beauty. I do like the T6.160. The T7's a little bit bigger and chunkier. The T8 for some reason on this version seems a bit spindly, but anyway, front loader attachments, which does mean longer term we can add the front loader to it and do all sorts with it, which is going to be great. For the time being, this is going to come in handy for pulling various seeders, for pulling fertilizer spreaders, planters of various different types. So yeah, it's going to be a really nice little addition to the farm. We are building our fleet, as I've said, and I will keep saying, I do like a New Holland tractor. They are cool. Of course, absolutely. Right, where am I going to go now? That was it. Get another load of silage. Oh, hang on, didn't sell all of that. Oh, catastrophe. Get rid of that last bit. And I haven't got much silage left to sell, I don't think, in all honesty. It's a tiny little bit left at the end of that thing. Bearing in mind that had, I think when I first started getting rid of it, 640,000 litres I think it had in it. And we're down to this last little bit. But then when you think what we've bought with it, various different bits of machinery. We've bought seeders and planters, and we've bought the Holmer, the slurry tanker. We've bought the injector, the seed injector, the slurry injector. We bought field 14. So you know it's more than paid for it. Anybody thinking that silage isn't worth doing, you're wrong. But as I also mentioned before, in FS17 they have sorted the problem, or what they consider to be a problem, and they've put silage down to a more manageable amount. So doing silage will not make you mega bucks. It will make you money like everything else you do, and I think it's going to be like everything else in the kind of new economics of the game, in that it will fluctuate depending on where you're selling it, when you're selling it, how much has been sold already, all those kind of things. But I also understand that you can sell manure and slurry, liquid manure as well, which means it gives you far more options if you are producing a lot of that, if you've got cows, that you can actually sell that too, which will be interesting. Are we refilling a seeder or something at the moment? Oh, you know what's happened? I knew this would happen. The potato planter has run out, and it's charging straight from the bank account. Oh, horrific. Oh. So that entire planter, crikey, that didn't get very far through that field at all. I am probably going to need a second planter. There's no two ways about it.
Which one is the windrower?
The windrower is the bigger of the two, the one with the discs on it. The tedder has got the smaller little discs on it.
Yeah, thank you.
No problem at all. Have you cut that entire field already?
Yeah.
Wow.
Let me start from the top.
That is going to really improve the yield off that, because as I did say to anyone that was watching, what am I doing? I've completely lost the plot. So I managed to unhook the trailer, hire a worker, and then managed to think, oh, you know what, I'll refill this properly. Anyway, what was I saying? Yes, it'll improve the yield off there, because I only did one cut before and then windrowed it. So the windrows that were already there will obviously have been recut into it. So you'll have all of that grass plus what you've just cut, which will all now be re-windrowed. So there should be double the yield off it, which means each of those rows will be far better, which is fantastic. Really happy with that. We are carrying on as we do on these multiplayer episodes, getting jobs done. Once that cultivator has finished on field 10, I will move it over to the top part of field 15 to start cultivating, and we can get some sugar beet in the ground. My intention for this episode was to get the potato planting started, get the sugar beet planting started, to show that, also to get some cultivating done, which we're also doing, which is fantastic. It wasn't my intention to buy the new Holland T6 today, but we've got it, so that's brilliant. Another one of those things that we were going to do. In my mind I've been thinking I wanted another tractor, another kind of workhorse that will get a load of jobs done. Nothing mega powerful on the horsepower stakes, but it will do what we need it to for the time being. I am still seriously considering getting another potato planter, so don't be surprised if sometime in the next few minutes I get another one, or in the next episode you come to, I suddenly have 2 potato planters, because this is a relatively big field to be putting potatoes in. I'm going to need 2 running. It's going to just cost a fortune otherwise. Right, set him off again, and off he goes. Marvellous. Right. So the cultivator is on his last strip. That's good news. Once he's done, move him to 15. He can crack on. Once he starts, like I did on this field, I can get the sugar beet planter going. So we are moving forward. We are getting more crops in the ground, different crops in the ground, which is something I was aiming for, because obviously I kept doing canola. I kept doing canola because it's a profitable crop and we need to make money on the farm, which is exactly what we were intending to do. But obviously now we are making a bit of money on silage and other things. It's great that we can now start getting some different crops into the ground, which is kind of what we were intending all along. So that's good. Right, I think he's done. We'll lift that. I won't fold it, but I will lift it, and we'll get that at the top end and then onto field 15. How are you going with the windrowing?
Good.
This is another one of those episodes that we're on multiplayer and we are working together and we are getting stuff done, and no one's actually going to see you, which is a bit weird. I'll try and get down to you in a moment.
Oh well, it doesn't matter. You're busy.
Let's get that last bit done. Yeah, I'm going to need to buy a tractor with higher horsepower to pull this. Even if I get the standard New Holland T8, which has got 320 horsepower, that'll be enough to pull this. Because this isn't... I'm just thinking this Terra variant, whilst it is a tractor unit, it's not proving to be the best choice for doing this, I don't think. Right, I'm going to put a strip in the other end, because this is going to turn around onto a crop we've already put in the ground, and I don't really want to do that. The other thing I'm thinking of doing, which is going to be a bit different, something I haven't done, is the field on our left, field 16, before I stick another canola crop in it, I'm thinking I might plough it. Now, there is no actual need to. I can cultivate it, or I can use the seeder to put the canola in the ground, the oilseed rape, because it's got a built-in cultivator. So there is absolutely no reason or need to actually plough it. But I haven't ploughed a field, we haven't done that. I think I did one on Bjornholm, but didn't really show it. So I might plough that one, just to show ploughing being done. Why not? Might be a bit of a change. That probably won't be in this episode, that'll probably be in a different one. Time flies. Tempus fugit.
Yes.
Absolutely. Let's turn it around without hitting the tree if I can. It's going to be close. Nope, didn't hit the tree. Oh, how annoying. Frustrating. I'm going to hit it again. No, it's alright. Sorry, I'm talking to myself. I've just realised I'm doing it again. Right. If all of a sudden in the top right hand corner that money starts to plummet, that potato planter's probably run out again. So we'll keep an eye on that, because it could suddenly go. It's ticking down at the moment. That's because we've got workers doing jobs. But if that suddenly starts dropping horrifically, we'll know it's taking the money directly from our bank account rather than charging us for seed. If it will allow you to do that, so it's almost like it's charging you for seed at source, but it charges you more for doing that. If you go and buy the seed, it's cheaper. If your seeder runs out and it takes it straight from your bank account, it charges you more, kind of for the privilege of doing it. I know it sounds a bit weird. It's almost like they're charging you to say a worker's gone out to deliver seed to them, and that's what you're charging for. It's a bit of an odd one. Okay. Next job, into the Deutzfahr. Unfold our planter. Now this planter is now set on sugar beet. Last time I used it, it was set on maize or corn. Now it's on sugar beet. I'm going to put a strip this way. So, next first for Westbridge Hills, we are getting sugar beet in the ground. Now, you may be thinking, and I'm sure Moominseal definitely is, that's all well and good, Mr. Silly P, we hear you say. However, what you don't own is a sugar beet harvester or a potato harvester, and you're absolutely right. I don't own either of those. So
how did we forget?
We didn't forget. What I thought I would do is, like I say, to be a bit more diverse in the crops we're growing, and to put them in the ground makes it a bit more interesting to watch and all that kind of stuff. Fantastic. We are going to need those harvesters. Absolutely, we're going to need those harvesters. So what's going to need to happen is at some point we're going to have to sell. See, this is the problem. I've got so many things I want to buy with the silage. Oh man, that Deutzfahr's leaving a massive gap at the end. That's so annoying. Never mind. Yeah, to buy each of those harvesters, you're looking at 470 odd thousand each, easily. So you're looking at knocking on another million we need just to get those two harvesters. Now there are toad harvesters you can get. Unfortunately, the actual pickups are offset and they take a long time. So what we might have to do is get one of them and do some more harvesting and then get another one.
Yeah.
So it's going to probably be a few episodes down the line. Right, the cultivator is going. Don't go over what I've just done, you absolute muppet. Oh, for God's sake. Right, so everything I just planted was a complete waste of time. Oh my God. It didn't register the fact that we've already done those two strips cultivating. So it's going to start again with each one. Wunderbar. Right, what I'm going to do then is go up and down instead, because that's just gone horribly, horribly wrong. Never mind. Off we go. Just follow what the actual cultivator's doing. That's probably the easiest thing to do. Okay, so potatoes in the ground, sugar beet in the ground. We are getting somewhere. Check on this potato planter. Yeah, see, it's almost done again. Oh my God. Okay. How's the wind rowing going?
Good.
Sure you don't want to come and join the seeding insanity which is ensuing at the moment?
I am positive.
Okay, stop the worker there. Take this back down to the yard and get some more seed. Right, time-wise, we are at that time again. We often find ourselves in where we have come to the end of another episode. We are getting on with our jobs. It is working well. We are getting more in the ground, but another multiplayer episode has rapidly flown by. So, if you've liked the episode, if you like what we're doing, please give us a like. If you don't subscribe yet to myself or Moominseal, please do. We love subscribers, the more the merrier, and there are more videos coming your way. If you want to leave a comment, again, please do. We'd love to hear from you. Both of us. You can leave comments on hers as well if you'd like to. And we are also on Facebook for screenshots and the links to the video clips on YouTube. As always, at the end of our episodes, whatever you choose to do, what are they going to do, Moominseal?
Thanks for watching.
That was very aggressive. I'm not sure anyone's going to ever watch again because they're now terrified. But exactly what Moominseal said. We've got a whole episode. You haven't even seen her today in this episode. But she has been there. You've heard her. She is cutting grass. I should have got down there. But anyway, thanks for watching.